Hello, Shab, fantastic. In this stream, I want to share with you Revolution, My Dream. Pretty easy title, and I am afraid that I'm a bit late today. However, I have prepared for you something really cool. So basically, I want to share with you, be more vulnerable about myself, about my past, about my own objections, why I'm still unemployed in Germany, and so on, just to show you how Germany is all about, because so many people have sometimes the wrong perception about Germany. They're saying like, hey, German people are really accurate, they're really leading with technology and stuff like that. They are just pushing forward, they're striving forward, they are just progressing. But let me tell you the opposite. Yes, the opposite. As I have lived here already for more than 20 years, I can tell you that this kind of perception that you might have around Germany is actually the perception when I moved here in 1996, because Germany was like your perception you might have that I've just described. However, every single time I walking outside and just listen to some conversations, some people, I can just listen and just see in their eyes how they hate their life, or just content that they are right now not working, especially right now on Sunday. But I see no progress at all. I see no mental, no health. I see no progress. In fact, back in school days, and just yesterday just today, I believe, today, come the interview out, I was interviewed by a guy, his name is Lute Brian Smith, and on his YouTube channel, Empowerment, Enlightenment Involved. You can check it out. By the way, I was posted it on my Facebook. You can just go there and see it, or just type it on YouTube. It's an interview. It's a 50 minutes interview with myself. Thank you for watching, and Nikita Ray. Really appreciate it. So basically what happened is, I have told also about something that happened with me, what I have lived, stuff like that, a little bit about my real life, about my suicidal tendencies that I used to have. However, let me get real here. I used to love Germany. I really used to love Germany. It's not because I don't love Germany right now, or sometimes even hate Germany right now. I mean, I used to hate even more, but it's not because I love Japan the most. No. Japan is, of course, I love Japan still the most, even though I had to leave it. However, let me tell you that back in my school days, and I told this also to Lute, and he was surprised that here in Germany it was uncool. It was the uncoolest thing that you can do at school days if you have good remarks. Just imagine you are in this kind of split of the teachers want you to have your good remarks, but all your friends and people around you want to make you chill, want you don't have your good remarks, because it was most uncool thing you can have is good remarks, because then it means you have no real life at all. Especially middle school, people are just striving for having real life. Striving for hooking up with the most girls and so on. It was in my school days, 10 years ago. And right now, it's getting even worse than my school days. It's getting even worse. It's more sexualized than ever. They even pregnancies with 13 and so on. So Germany is not the perception you might have like back in the days. But used to have, as I said, in 1996. They had their own values, they had their own norms, which were okay. It's like right in Germany, like in Japan, there were the norms where you have to give your best. Same in Germany, you have to give your best, was normal, but faded away. And all of the ideas of progress have been also fading away because of the idea or of the attitude of the most workers complain massive about the jobs but never quitting it because not having the guts. On the first side, another side is compared to Japan or maybe even to the US, it's pretty hard to get a job here in Germany. Let's get real. We have such a system, it calls you have to do for everything, literally for everything. Even to be janitor, you have to take a course. Even for freaking janitor, you have to take a course. You have to take an apprenticeship for everything here. I'm not talking about an internship, about apprenticeship. We have to learn at least for 1 year. Even from a freaking janitor, you have to learn for 1 year in Germany. Even to be in cashiers in supermarket, you have to learn like 3 years at school, right? To just get in cashiers. And I mean, in Japan, you can just get in cashiers. You don't need anything. People will just tell you what kind of buttons you should type, which not. Boom. I mean, I have been cashiers without any of those kind of apprenticeship in Japan for 1.5 years. And many part-time jobs that exist in Japan, in Germany, they are locked under the thing that is called apprenticeship. Even things like being in call center, you need an apprenticeship also. Not in Japan. Japan is just a part-time job. I don't know how it's in the US. Maybe the same. I can't judge because, from state to state, it's all different laws. But for myself, from my experience, how it has been in Tokyo, I can tell you that it's far more easier to get a job, especially when you have some of knowledge of Japanese. Like myself, I had no props to get a job, but my issue was to get the right job. This actually, to get a job, it's really easy, but not the right job. Now, you might know that I'm currently unemployed for 4 years because of those kind of issues right now. And I have also mastered, but I feel myself not more dependent on money. In fact, I have kind of freaked myself from dependency in the needless of money, being needy for money. I have freaked myself because I've quit things like Pokemon Go and so on. Because Pokemon Go is heavily money required. Especially when it comes to the raid battles. As I told before, 2 years ago. So yeah, this is actually my currently state. And especially right now in Germany, some people are forced to get the freaking jab. And I told you before, I don't want to have a jab. And you exactly know why. Because of this one video I've posted, but it has been deleted. I posted again on YouTube, on my TikTok. You can still see it. I live in Japanese. It's deleted in German and in English, but you can see it still in Russian and Japanese. I mean, the subtitles. But this guy is talking in English, so it's not a problem for you to understand. And my issue is, right now, you cannot get a job in Germany if you don't have a job. It's really hard. And someone will say, just get a job. And I say, I don't get a job. You know the issues in the first place, but in second places, I don't want to get a job because it is against a German institution, which is the right, having the right of choice. Everyone has the right of choice. But right now, if you can see, people have just a choice. You can quit the job, or you get the job and continue the job. It's the only choice that most people have. And I don't want to be that kind of zombie or that kind of slave to be commanded what I have to and what not I have to do, especially when it comes to my own health. Because my own, those people do not have any responsibility for your health, or for my health, but I have, and I'm the only one who is truly responsible for it. So I don't want to ruin it because of the freaking law. I mean, it's not really law because someone wants me to take a jab. No, you can kiss my ass, but I don't take a jab. But it's not because I'm being selfish. In fact, I'm not selfish. I'm more selfless. However, I just want to tell you that taking jabs not just my cup of tea. However, it is also not really my interest to take it because simply it's against the law, and I don't want to be this kind of guy who is, when someone is telling you I have to do it, I have to do it. You know, I have still my choice, and I would take this. And my choice not doing it. Simple as that. Now let's go to the dream. Let me tell you that every single day I walk out outside, and guess what? This one street I'm living like for more than 20 years. It hasn't really changed. Anything hasn't changed here. Everything is the same. And this is a problem. Nothing has changed. It means there's no progress. There's just a freaking stagnation. For 20 years and nothing has been changed. Just imagine it. Doing the same thing every single day for 20 years. This is exactly what happened with the environment I am in. But my issue is not just this. The moment I want to facepalm myself is when I see cars on wheels. Yeah, I have heard like cars on wheels. I mean, come on, you must say, come on, cars on wheels. But, okay, let's make it clear. The invention of wheels is more than 200 years old. And because wheels are more than 200 years old, guys, we still have the same technology for 200 years. If someone takes a thing and calls them hoverboards, where there's just two wheels. There's no freaking hoverboards because they're not hovered at all. There's no levitation involved. Not a millimeter. Now, what I'm so bad about cars and wheels, I feel like right now in current society, there's so many changing. We have changes of technology, and technology is irradiating new workspace, old workspace, and creates new workspace, and it's amazing. There's a change, there's an evolution. You can see the mobile technology right now. If you watch myself on the mobile phone, just imagine your phone 20 years ago. It was a flicking, this flick thing, and now everything has changed. Right? Okay, cars, you have now electric cars. Okay, cool. Or you have cars with this kind of wheels that are kind of turning, like this Apple car which can park sideways. I mean, it's fine. However, the technology is still the same. It's still a wheel. Nothing has really changed. It's still a wheel. And I know so many people say don't reinvent the wheel. And I want to say we don't have to reinvent the wheel, but we have to make something different than a wheel. And I'm telling you why. Now, what's the material that is used for creating wheel? It's rubber, right? It's rubber, really hard rubber. Well, to create this rubber, it's a chemical project to do it. It's a chemical process that happens with many toxic gases, with many chemicals, and we create them. Just on a global scale, how many wheels are created every single day? Hundreds and thousands, even not 1 millions. For cars, for your bicycle, and so on. When they get old, they have to get trashed and dumped, and this kind of toxic gases that comes out, we have it all in the atmosphere. Congrats, we have just polluted our own environment. This is my issue. Now, it's not about just rubber, but this kind of rubber that we're using on cars, it also making the asphalt every weaker and weaker. So we have to repair the asphalt every year or few years. It depends how much traffic there is. The more traffic, the more you have to repair the asphalt, the concrete, right? Now, when I'm telling you this, imagine how much money, how much millions and billions of US dollars are just wasted every single year for rubber and for concrete. Now, let's get a little bit more to my vision. What will happen when we could levitate the cars, adjusting the levitation level, and just levitating the cars? Then we don't have any rubber, we don't need any rubber at all. Plus, we have less money, we have to spend less money in repairing the concrete. In fact, we don't need any concrete anymore. I mean, we can still have it to make it look better, but it's not essential anymore. Because cars are not driving the concrete, they are levitating in the air. How would it be to you? And I feel it's amazing. Because this money, this millions and billions that we're spending on concrete, that we're spending on rubber industry, we can just do and put it into education. You have right in education, and not slave education that we have right now worldwide, because you cannot tell it otherwise. It is a slave education. Yeah, you have kind of choice to do something, but everyone is actually dictating you to go this path. It's like a fabric of employees, a workforce that is created. There's no humanity there. There's just working, hustling, and dying. Being born, hustle, die. Born, hustle, die. There's no real fulfillment there. No wonder why close to 90% of the whole humankind is freaking broke. Yeah, you have heard it right. I have tell the number once again. 89% of the whole mankind is broke. Close to 90. Why not 90? Because 10% is in the middle, and just 1% are the richest. People would think they are in the middle, even the freaking doctors. You are not, you're poor. I'm afraid to tell you you're broke. Now, why I'm telling this thing? Why I'm telling this levitation thing should be there? And I'm not just talking about like back in the future where I have like flying skateboards, levitating skateboards, like hoverboards and hover cars. It will be great. It will be amazing. And I'm totally for it because, when you have like Olympics with hoverboards, it will be just amazing. And I will be the first one which want to ride it. However, I don't see it just for cars, you see? Because I believe cars is just a surface level. Putting this technology into just cars is just a surface level. But let's get back which the investment is. The investment is not, right? The investment is not into current education. Because current education is creating broke people who are dependent on the work, who are dictated by money, who are slaves, okay? We have a slave society because of the current education system. Because of the focus on the current education system, we have a slave society worldwide. Now, how can we stop it? Because I don't want to let you there. We have to build new schools, literally. And even new nursery schools. What do I mean by nursery schools? Well, normal nursery school, but in the nursery school, you have to find out what this kid that just have been born, what might this kid have for, what kind of talents, hidden talents he might have. And how we can make all these talent skills that we can apply, that we can bring into mastery. And from this nursery school, he gets to normal schools, and the schools are just separated into those skills. So every kid go to the school where mainly, maybe he has other subjects, but they're just for more knowledge, but they're irrelevant with having like remarks, stuff like that. There's nothing there. Because you need just a subject just to expand in your knowledge, but it's not for tests and stuff like that. You don't have any tests there. The only thing you have there is, and the main thing is your skill. That you are just crafting everything, you're honing the skill. That you're born with, that you aligned with. Okay? The skin is aligned, the skin is born with the skill. So life with soul, with spirit, with body, everything is there. And he's just doing it because he had fun. Okay? And he's honing it and becoming better and stronger and becoming a master of the skill and get through mastery. And the whole education system is just built on mastery, to master this one skill or multiple skills. What will happen? What will happen when we have such schools? Well, firstly, if everyone in this world will have such schools, everyone will like this work. Right now, currently, the world government is missing out. It's missing out on revenue it can get. I'm not talking about billions, I'm talking about trillions and quadrillions of US dollars. Because if such a system will exist worldwide, what will happen is that the whole productivity will just 200,000 fold, because everyone is doing out of passion. Everyone is working out of passion and not out of force, which is right now. There will be no hatred towards work. Everyone will work because they love to work, because they know it is their path. This is their alignment. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. Are you telling me, hey man, there's no such a system? Of course there's such a system. Of course you can have such a system, but those such a system that are there, they're thinking, okay, they are just woohoo systems. They are not specified. Those systems are all there. Then every freaking science you might have right now, because I'm more than 5,000 years old, the systems. Take the Eugene. Take it and see what it is. See how you can take out the talents from someone who is born with. You can see them. You can make the schools explicit for those talents. It is not that the mankind does not have it. We have already have it, but we're just sitting on it, not realizing that, and just complaining that we have nothing. As Tony Robbins said, the problem of worldwide poverty is not that we have not enough resources. It's about the resourcefulness. It's a lack of resourcefulness that everyone has. If you want to say it's not so, watch in your bank account and see how much you have. If it's less than 1 million, just shut up and listen. Or 10 or 100,000, yeah. It's less than 6 figures. Shut up and listen. Now, imagine, we have the system there. We have a better revenue. First of all, people who are working there have a better salary. Okay, they have better salary than before. Because they are loving the job, okay? Secondly, the owner, someone who has this company, the CEO, has a 1,000 times, 100,000 times better revenue than before because of a better productivity, far more better productivity. Same goes for the countries. Countries will have a far more money. They were far richer than now. Far more richer now. Now expanded even more this vision. Ultimately, there will be no poverty at all. This is a way to get rid of poverty, guys. This is a way how you get rid of poverty, believe me. Do you want to get rid of poverty worldwide? This is the way. If we can make more of those schools, create those schools, create those nursery schools to find out the true talents and make him master throughout the whole education. It will be just amazing. Now, let's get back to the floating thing, to the levitating technology. Why do you believe we need it? We need the levitating technology as fast as possible. Well, of course, guys, it will help us to get more investments into those schools, into this kind of thing. In the first place. Let's go to the second place. Countries with many natural disasters, like Japan. Really, living in Japan, you don't know. When comes a new tsunami? When comes a new earthquake? Or when Fujisan erupts next time? You're sitting on a freaking hot pot. You don't know. When will it happen? But I can tell you that we can prevent it. You might ask yourself, how? Now, when we know how to levitate cars, how to levitate skateboards, and other objects, why don't we just levitate buildings or a whole freaking city? For example, we take the whole Tokyo, when it's a freaking earthquake in Tokyo, or a freaking eruption, what we do, we just levitate it 10 meters, like 20 feet above the ground, and let it just be there. And the earthquake, let it do what it wants. Let it do what it wants. Is the earthquake over? What we do? We just put him down. Of course, we can see, okay, when a concrete, maybe there's some concrete damages. What we can do, maybe, we can get and repair the concrete and wait that the city is above and just put him down. Or we can make another place and just put a city, just make it flew over to another place. Made it levitate to another place. The whole freaking city. It's a whole freaking town with everything there. With all the establishments. We can secure everything. We can secure Kyoto. We can secure every building. Because the most losses, why people are dying doing those kind of occasions, it is mostly because they are in buildings or buildings collapsing, and the most costs are because of those collapsing buildings. Okay? Awesome. This one thing that you can use it. Now you can think of, when you have this technology, how we can use it even more. Well, we can use it, for example, to levitate your furniture. For example, you bought some furniture by IKEA or I don't know where, right? By IKEA, and it's a freaking big chunk of a sofa. And it's just pain in the ass to get up into the elevator and put it up and stuff like that. It just costs too much strength. What do you do instead of? Put it on a levitating panel, put it up where it belongs to. What you do then is simply You just open a window and let it levitate inside of the room. And inside of the room, you could put an area where you want. And you would say, okay, I want to swap the place. You can just boom, levitate everything up, and just put it everywhere. You can adjust everything in seconds. You don't like where your wardrobe is. Just put a panel under, boom, it levitates it, and boom, you can just adjust everything. Just everything in your house. You can swap the places how you like to. According to feng shui, I don't know. Feng shui, I don't know how it calls in English, but you know what I mean. You can just do it. You can adjust everything. Now, you can put it in any industries. For example, clothing industries. Why clothing industries? Man, we don't need it. You think so? But let me tell you, when there's, for example, a big freaking fire on the 100th store, on the 150 store, I don't know what kind of store, right? On a huge skyscraper. How do you want to go down? Elevator? Maybe not the safest one. Of course, you can put a panels around this thing and make people just transport them down. But what would be even better is put it into your own clothes. And people can just jump down the freaking thousands of feet high building and nothing will happen. Because it will just elevate down really slowly, but surely they will go down, because in their own, in the whole fabric, there are those panels. They can just elevate everything. You can just lie there and watch how they're going down. It will be cool, right? It will be just amazing. Now also things like, things like helping out the people. I mean, how's it called in English? Like caretaking, for example. Yeah, like care worrying or caregiving, right? The same thing. Because, I mean, some people are having the weight of hundreds of pounds, right? You don't want to, rip them up, put them up. It's just, you can just, it's not so good. Instead of, you can just say, okay, cool, boom, panel. Put a panel on the ass. You just elevate them and put it on the place you want to. But it will be just easy peasy. And this is what I want to see. Because we are living in the freaking 21st century. And every time I go out, I feel like just, dude, nothing has been changed for 20 years, at least. When I'm watching this city, I'm in. And I mean, okay, some people will say it's okay. Yeah, man, those housings that we are in, they're just 20 years old. And 25. But nothing has changed, basically. This is my problem, that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. This is why we need this technology. Especially, I want to actually, because currently I'm doing some coaching. And this coaching is not my final step. I don't want to be a coach my whole life. Don't get me wrong. I like to help people. And I love to see people's results. But coaching is just my middle step. Or just the first step. Because I want to make this company, especially in Japan. Because Japan needs this kind of technology, for sure. And I believe it needs the most because of this natural disasters it does have. And how we can prevent people of this calamity is this technology. And we need to put money inside of it. We need to focus on it. This is why, if you want to help me, you can reach out. Because I have no clue how I can do it. I have no academic degree, nothing. I know just 7 languages. And how to play some instruments. But I believe that we can do it. Because it's a way. And why Japan? I want to see Japan on the top again. Because Japan deserves it. Simply Japan deserves it. And when Japan is showing how it's done the right way, with the schools, and also with the technology, we can just spread this technology all worldwide. And nobody has to suffer ever from any calamities, from any natural disasters, from any poverty at all. The perfect world, guys. So many people are telling me that it's impossible. But I'm just looking up to Elon Musk and everyone is telling me it's impossible. But he got this rocket who can actually go up straight and land up straight. Even the 3 first rockets are just exploded. It's still doing a thing. And I believe when it has such technology, we can even expand it even better. Maybe we can even use it also on rockets or rocket science. To use this starting process even easier, with less effort. I believe it's possible. I believe truly it's possible. We can do it. I know some companies are trying it. They're having the Kickstarters, but mostly they're using magnets. Because of the normal physics, we need magnets to levitate something. I know it's possible. But the thing is, it's not about just magnets. And what I mean by levitation, it's not about putting freaking propellers on it. Because you can see on boards right now, you have propellers on it. And it's, hey man, it's new technology. No man, technology is more than 300 years old. The technology is so much old as the first airplane. Maybe even older. There's nothing new technology. If you see something that put in propeller and try to levitate, even on a bike, no man. You're just putting 1 and 2 together. There's nothing new. Maybe the balancing out is something new, yeah, of course. But not really, there's nothing new, not new technology. We have the same propellers. It has to be a plate. This has to be really a panel. Which everyone can use. You can just adjust it, maybe with an app. You just Just put in and it can levitate on every surface. This is a requirement. Not just levitating on some surfaces. And I know it's kind of possible. Like some one advertisement of, what was it? Like, was it 2016 or 18 or something like that, where they put on this, they iced in a hoverboard and something with ice and magnets. And I mean, it's possible, yeah, because of the surface it was possible to make this board levitate. But I want to see levitation technology which is not dependent on the surface, like in Back in the Future, where this guy with this hoverboard could just levitate. But the thing is, Back in the Future is you have just this one level, which is like maybe some inches above the ground. I don't want to see just some inches. I want to see you can go and really adjust the level. When you can adjust the level, you could actually also get rid of all the traffic jams. Because one car is go there, if you want to be faster, go a little bit higher, and then you just, it's up to you, right? You can get rid of so much traffic jams just by having this technology there. I believe we can do it. It is not just a freaking sci-fi that everyone is talking about, like, hey man, it's like Star Wars, it's like, what's it called, Cyberpunk 77 or something like that. No man, I'm talking about the truth. When we use science in the right way, and I'm searching for such people who want to make the research with myself. Because I believe I never want to be this low-key guy. I was always global focused. I'm never focused on my own. I'm never focused on just a small amount of people. Of course, I want to start with Japan because I love Japan. But I want to expand the whole thing from Japan on. Because I believe Japan deserves it. So if you want to be on the same journey as myself, you can comment if you are into, if you know how to build it up, if you know how to make this happen. Because I need people who are smarter than myself. I need those people. Who are smarter than myself. And when I go back to Japan, I will extra go to people like, we have some universities up here and there. I have some friends who have connections to universities in Waseda and other universities, some technology universities who are like robotic focused and stuff like that. We can find it. And I believe Japan is a place. Japan, Tokyo is a place where we can establish those things. And we can do it, guys. We can do it. I believe we can do it. Indeed, we don't need even elevators. If we have the technology there, we can put instead of elevators this kind of panels, and then they can just elevate them up in there. But then we have to do, the mathematics, how we can actually do it. But when we can balance perfectly out how we can elevate things, because it's possible. I know you can elevate things and put it down on ground without having any stress, basically. So when you put up the whole building, or when you put up the whole city, the whole town, or several towns, because of natural disaster, you can balance it out. So everything there has no scratches, hasn't even moved, because normally when you elevate something, because there's some power involved, and this object that is here that you elevate on your hand, for example, is starting to move. But there are some technologies, I know, like in elevators, I have seen it, that you can elevate things with an elevator, for example, without any movement inside. Inside, when you put on a chair, when you put up, for example, a cupboard, when you put inside on a wardrobe and stuff like that, nothing will move. Or when you put a vase like on the cupboard or on a wardrobe, it won't move. It won't move at all. It will just stay what it is. Even if it's levitating like 100 feet above the ground. Just imagine how many lives we will save. And how we can save the world, guys. Some people say we cannot save the world is just so dumb. No, we can save the world. We all can save the world. And this is how, guys. This is just one of those things how we can do it. I know Elon Musk is talking about, hey, we can save the world when we go to Mars, when the whole Earth explodes. Sure, we can do it. But before it, how we can kind of prevent ourselves from the natural disasters. And this is the key, guys. This is exactly the key. When we just know how to make this technology alive, how to not just make it in fata morgana in our brain, but basically, let's imagine we can do it, if you can do it, not just in the brain, but really coming alive. Imagine. You can do everything. You can put on the panel everything and make it move. Make it hover over the ground. You can adjust the level how you want to. So you never have to pick up really heavy stuff anymore. Never ever. And it's also in construction sites, guys. Construction sites. Do you like really to watch the cranes working? Yes or not? Imagine you don't have to do it anymore. You don't need any cranes anymore. I mean, you can have cranes, but you can like really small cranes, which is just putting that thing here and there. But basically, you put it on a panel, the small crane, and you can put your parts everywhere. You just put it anywhere. Or you can just put a crane and use the parts up, and then just pick it up and do everything there. It will be just amazing, guys. We can do so much. Truly. We need this technology, guys. Especially countries like Japan. Especially countries like Japan. And if you want to be on the same journey as myself, even right now don't have anything, approach me. Because this is my goal, guys. This is my true goal. This is not just my goal that I have written there. I want to impact 8 million people for things. No, man. I have a global goal. It's not about that everyone would say, look at myself and say, Alex, how great are you? No. It's not about how great I am, or I will be. It's how about the whole world will prosper. The end of suffering, guys. The end of suffering. We can end it. We can end our suffering. There are technologies, we can do it. I know some people will say it's just bullshit what you're telling me. You fuck, just go and work. And I said, no, I don't want to work. Why should I work for someone who I hate? What I should do what I hate? Why I should be with people around who are just broken in their minds? I don't want to be around those people. Because the 5 people you are most around with is who you become. I don't want to become one of those. And it's not about telling those people are bad or good. But it's about being in this kind of environment will destroy my dream. It will destroy everything. And I don't want to be in such an environment. Simple. Because I don't want to. I don't want to be around people who are blaming, complaining, justifying, and searching for excuses every single day. I don't want to be with them. They can do the same. And I want to become like them. It's not me. It's not me. And I don't care how much it would take me to get back on top, to having my own business running, to have clients come to me, and to establish this company. But I will do it, guys. I will freaking do it. Because goddamn, I want to see this whole world prosper. I hate to see the suffering. And when people come to me, approaching me and saying, hey, give me money, I never give them money. Not because I don't want to, not because I can't to. Simple. It's so simple. Because I don't want to give you the short-term return. I want to give you long-term gravity. Short-term return, it's not good for you. It's not good for anyone. Instant gratification just ruins anyone. We don't need it. We don't need it. This is why I don't give money to anyone. It's not about being cheesy. I'd rather give some advice to someone, for which advice I've paid tens of thousands of dollars. I don't care, but I give that advice to someone. And say, when you implement it, you got it. If not, you will stay where you are. Give people choices. It's not about giving money. It's about investing money in the right things. And the right things are what I just told you. I believe this is the way we should go. It doesn't matter what kind of religion you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. Everyone can contribute. I believe this dream can come true. And we can make this world become paradise. If we first get rid of poverty. Not by killing people, not by forcing them, but showing them the path of their own true alignment. From the get-go. So they will not do any mistakes like the ancestor did. So do not destroy Mother Earth, but it will contribute to its prosper. This is what we can do. This is what we can do. Okay, Reshaper. I hope you got some value from it. If so, smash the like button, share with your friends, comment in the comments box down below what's number thing you picked up so far. As always, do not light yourself super now. See you maybe tomorrow.